You know what? I've been practicing medicine here in Singapore for over 30 years now, and I can tell you honestly, one of the most common concerns I hear from men over 50 in my clinic is something they're often too paiseh to talk about openly. They'll come in complaining about other things first, high blood pressure, diabetes, joint pain, but eventually if I ask the right questions, they'll lower their voice and say, Dr. Teo, I think down there, it's not the same anymore. And you know what? This is completely normal. As we age, things change, but here's what many men don't realize, and this is something I want to share with all of you today. There are natural, science-backed ways to support your prostate health and maintain function. No need for expensive supplements or medications right away. Sometimes the answer is literally sitting in your kitchen or available at your neighbourhood wet market. I'm Dr. Natalie Teo, and today I'm going to share with you 5 powerful foods, yes, just 5 simple foods that can make a real difference to your prostate health and overall male vitality. These aren't some 80s imported superfoods that cost an arm and a leg. These are everyday fruits that you probably walk past at NTUC or Shangxiong without giving them a second thought. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Did you know that studies show up to 40% of men over 50 experience some form of prostate enlargement, and many don't even know it until symptoms get serious? But here's the good news. Nature has given us incredible resources to help manage and even prevent these issues. The key is knowing what to eat and how to incorporate these foods into your daily routine. So let's get started. The first food on my list might surprise you because it's something we Singaporeans love, especially during hot weather: watermelon. Yes, that's right. Watermelon isn't just a refreshing dessert after your chicken rice or char kway teow. It's actually a powerhouse for men's health, and I'm going to explain why. You see, watermelon is more than 90% water, which makes it fantastic for hydration. And staying hydrated is crucial for prostate health, something many men overlook. But the real magic lies in a compound called citrulline. Now, don't worry about the scientific name. What you need to know is that citrulline gets converted in your body to another compound called arginine, and arginine helps produce nitric oxide. Why does this matter? Because nitric oxide helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation throughout your entire body, including down there. Better blood flow means better function, if you catch my drift. It's like making sure all the pipes in your HDB flat are working properly, not blocked or rusty, but that's not all. Watermelon is also rich in antioxidants, particularly lycopene, the same compound that gives it that beautiful red color. These antioxidants fight oxidative stress, which is a fancy way of saying they protect your cells from damage, and this protection extends to your prostate gland as well. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Dr. Teo, watermelon got so much sugar, right? Yes, it does contain natural sugars, but because it's mostly water, the overall glycemic impact isn't as high as you might think. Of course, if you're diabetic or watching your blood sugar, just practice moderation lah. Maybe have a small bowl instead of finishing half a watermelon in one sitting. My recommendation: aim for about 1 to 2 cups of fresh watermelon a few times a week. You can have it as a mid-morning snack or as dessert after dinner. Some of my patients tell me they buy the pre-cut watermelon from the supermarket for convenience. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure it's fresh and not sitting in the fridge for too long. And here's a practical tip for all of you. The next time you're at the market and you see watermelon on sale, don't just think of it as a cheap fruit. Think of it as an investment in your health. Your prostate will thank you for it. Alright, let's move on to the second food on our list, and this one is equally important but often overlooked. I'm talking about pears. Now, I know pears might not be as exciting as some tropical fruits we have here in Singapore, but hear me out. Pears are nutritional powerhouses that pack a serious punch when it comes to supporting men's health. First and foremost, pears are an excellent source of vitamin C. Just one medium pear can give you about 12% of your daily vitamin C requirement. And vitamin C isn't just for preventing colds or boosting immunity. It plays a crucial role in protecting cells from oxidative damage. For your prostate, this means reduced inflammation and a lower risk of cellular changes that can lead to problems down the road. But what really makes pears special is their fibre content. One medium pear contains about 6 grams of dietary fibre. That's quite substantial. Now, you might be wondering, Doctor, what does fibre have to do with prostate health? Well, let me explain. Good digestive health and regular bowel movements actually reduce pressure on the prostate gland. When you're constipated or having trouble in the toilet, that extra straining and pressure affects the entire pelvic region, including your prostate. By keeping things moving smoothly, if you know what I mean, you're creating a better environment for your prostate to function properly. Plus, the fiber in pears helps you feel full longer, which can prevent overeating and help maintain a healthy weight. And maintaining a healthy weight is absolutely crucial for prostate health. Studies have shown that obesity is linked to increased risk of prostate problems and other complications. Pears also contain quercetin, a powerful flavonoid with anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation is at the root of many prostate issues, so anything that helps reduce inflammation is going to be beneficial. Now, one question I often get asked, and I see this question in the comments of my videos too, is whether imported pears are better than local varieties, or if it matters. Let me be clear, both are fine. What matters most is that the pear is ripe and fresh. Whether you're buying Chinese pears, Korean pears, or those Australian pears from cold storage, they all offer similar nutritional benefits. Just choose what fits your budget and preference. As for how much to eat, I recommend 1 medium pear per day. You can eat it as a snack between meals, slice it up with your breakfast, or even add it to a salad. Some of my patients like to pack a pear in their bag when they go for their morning walk at East Coast Park or their evening exercise at the HDB void deck. The beauty of pears is their versatility. They're not messy like watermelon, they're easy to carry, and they don't need refrigeration for a few hours. Very convenient for us Singaporeans who are always on the go. Now let's talk about the third food on my list, and this one is a bit controversial because people either love it or hate it. I'm talking about avocado. I know, avocado toast has become this trendy hipster thing, and some of you older gentlemen might roll your eyes at it. But trust me, there's solid science behind why avocado is excellent for men's health, and it has nothing to do with Instagram trends. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the good kind of fat that your body actually needs. These healthy fats are essential for hormone production, including testosterone. And as we age, maintaining healthy testosterone levels becomes increasingly important for energy, muscle mass, mood, and yes, sexual function as well. But here's what many people don't know. Avocados are also packed with beta-sitosterol, a plant compound that has been shown in studies to help reduce the symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. That's the fancy medical term for an enlarged prostate. Beta-sitosterol helps improve urinary flow and reduces that frustrating feeling of not being able to empty your bladder completely, something many men over 60 experience. Additionally, avocados contain vitamin E, another powerful antioxidant that protects cells from oxidative stress. They're also rich in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure, important because high blood pressure can affect blood flow throughout your body, including to your reproductive organs. Now, I see the question in the comments, how much avocado should I eat per day? This is a great question because while avocados are healthy, they're also quite calorie dense. My recommendation is half an avocado per day, which is about 100 to 120 grams. That's enough to get the benefits without overdoing the calories. You can add sliced avocado to your toast in the morning, mash it up as a spread, or even blend it into a smoothie if that's your thing. Some of my patients tell me they add avocado to their salad when they dabao lunch from the hawker center. Very creative, I must say. One tip though, buy your avocados when they are still firm and let them ripen at home. Once they're ripe, you can store them in the fridge to slow down the ripening process. This way, you're not wasting money on overripe avocados that turn brown and mushy too quickly. We Singaporeans don't like to waste food, right? Alright, we're halfway through our list. The fourth food might surprise some of you because technically it's often used as a vegetable, even though botanically it's a fruit. I'm talking about tomatoes. Tomatoes are probably one of the most well-researched foods when it comes to prostate health, and for good reason. They're loaded with lycopene, the same antioxidant I mentioned earlier with watermelon, but tomatoes actually have even higher concentrations. My multiple studies have shown that lycopene can help reduce the risk of prostate cancer and slow down the growth of prostate cells. It's such a powerful compound that some researchers consider it one of the most important nutrients for maintaining prostate health as we age. But here's something interesting that I want all of you to note. Cooked tomatoes are actually better than raw tomatoes when it comes to lycopene absorption. When you heat tomatoes, whether you're making tomato sauce, soup, or even just lightly sauteing them, the heat breaks down the cell walls and makes the lycopene more bioavailable. That means your body can absorb and use it more effectively. So that pasta with tomato sauce you had last week, that's actually doing your prostate some good. That tomato soup you sometimes drink when you're feeling under the weather, also beneficial. Even that canned tomato sauce you buy from the supermarket to cook your dishes, as long as it's not loaded with added sugar and sodium, is a good sauce. Now, fresh tomatoes are still excellent, don't get me wrong. The vitamin C content in fresh tomatoes is fantastic and they add great flavor and texture to salads and sandwiches. But if you're specifically looking to maximize lycopene intake for prostate health, including cooked tomatoes in your diet is the way to go. How much should you aim for? I recommend incorporating tomatoes into your meals at least 3 to 4 times per week. This could be fresh cherry tomatoes in your salad, tomato-based pasta sauce with your dinner, or even tomato slices in your sandwich. You can easily find tomatoes at any wet market, NTUC, or even the mini-mart at your void deck. One of my patients, Uncle Tan, told me he started adding tomato wedges to his breakfast every morning, just slices them up and eats them with his kaya toast and soft-boiled eggs. He said it's become such a habit now that he actually enjoys it. And you know what? His latest checkup showed improved prostate markers. Of course, he's also doing other things right, but I believe the consistent tomato intake is definitely contributing. The beauty of tomatoes is that they're affordable, available year-round, and versatile. You can incorporate them into practically any meal. Very easy to maintain this habit long-term. Finally, we've reached the fifth and last food on my list, and this one is truly special. I'm talking about pomegranate. Pomegranates have been valued for centuries in traditional medicine, and modern science is now confirming what ancient healers already knew. This fruit is incredibly powerful for health. For men specifically, pomegranate offers unique benefits that you won't find in many other fruits. First of all, pomegranate is absolutely loaded with antioxidants, even more than red wine or green tea. These antioxidants, particularly compounds called punicalagins and ellagic acid, have strong anti-inflammatory properties. Remember what I said earlier about inflammation being at the root of many prostate problems? Well, pomegranate directly addresses this issue. Several studies have shown that pomegranate juice can slow down the progression of prostate cancer and may even help prevent it. One particularly interesting study found that men who drank pomegranate juice daily had significantly slower PSA doubling times. PSA is a marker we use to monitor prostate health. The slower it doubles, the better. But pomegranate isn't just about cancer prevention. It also supports cardiovascular health by improving blood flow and reducing arterial plaque. Better cardiovascular health means better circulation everywhere in your body, which, as I've mentioned, is crucial for maintaining function as you age. Now, I know pomegranates can be a bit intimidating to prepare. All those little seeds, the mess, the red juice that stains everything, it can be lechy. But here's my advice. Many supermarkets now sell pre-packaged pomegranate arrows, which are just the seeds already removed from the fruit. Yes, it costs a bit more, but it saves you the hassle and mess. Sometimes convenience is worth paying for, especially if it means you'll actually eat the food consistently. Alternatively, you can buy pomegranate juice, but be careful here. Many commercial pomegranate juices contain added sugar and preservatives. Read the label carefully. Look for 100% pure pomegranate juice with no added sugar. It will be more expensive, but it's also more effective and healthier. For pomegranate arrows, I recommend half a cup daily, which is about 150 to 200 grams. You can sprinkle them over your morning yogurt, add them to a fruit salad, or just eat them as a snack. They have a nice sweet tart flavor that's quite refreshing. If you're going with juice, about 100 to 150 milliliters per day is sufficient. Some people like to dilute it with water because pure pomegranate juice can be quite intense and tangy. One thing I want to emphasize, don't go overboard thinking that more is better. Everything in moderation, okay? These fruits are beneficial, but they're not miracle cures. They work best as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Speaking of which, let me take a moment to talk about the bigger picture. While these 5 fruits, watermelon, pears, avocados, tomatoes, and pomegranates are excellent additions to your diet, they are most effective when combined with other healthy habits. Stay hydrated, drink plenty of water throughout the day. I know some of you cut back on fluids because you're worried about needing to pee too often, but that's actually counterproductive. Dehydration can irritate your bladder and make urinary symptoms worse. Exercise regularly. You don't need to join an expensive gym or run marathons. Simple activities like brisk walking, swimming at your neighbourhood pool, or even Tai Chi at the park can make a huge difference. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week. Manage your weight. I cannot stress this enough. Excess weight, especially around the belly, is strongly linked to prostate problems. These fruits I've mentioned can help with weight management because they're nutritious and filling, but you also need to watch your overall calorie intake and avoid processed foods. Limit alcohol and avoid smoking. Both can negatively impact prostate health and overall well-being. I know some of you enjoy your beer or whiskey with your kakis at the coffee shop, but moderation is key lah. And of course, don't skip your regular medical checkups. Early detection is crucial for any health issue, including prostate problems. If you're over 50, you should be getting your prostate checked regularly. Don't be paiseh to talk to your doctor about any symptoms or concerns. We've seen and heard it all. Trust me. Now, I want to address something important. Some of you watching this might be thinking, Dr. Teo, I already have prostate problems. Is it too late for me? Will eating these fruits really help? The answer is it's never too late to start making healthier choices. While these fruits may not reverse severe conditions, they can definitely help manage symptoms and prevent further deterioration. And they work wonderfully as part of a comprehensive treatment plan alongside any medications your doctor has prescribed. For those of you who don't have any prostate issues yet, consider this prevention. Don't wait until you have symptoms to start taking care of yourself. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Same principle applies to your health. Let me also say this. I know change can be difficult, especially when it comes to dietary habits we've had for decades. You might be thinking, yeah, I'm already old, why bother changing now? But I've seen so many patients in my 30 plus years of practice who made simple changes and experienced significant improvements in their health and quality of life. Uncle Lim, one of my longtime patients, started incorporating these fruits into his daily routine about 2 years ago. He was 68 at the time and was experiencing typical prostate symptoms: frequent urination, weak stream, that uncomfortable feeling of not emptying completely. Within 6 months of dietary changes and some lifestyle modifications, his symptoms improved noticeably. He tells everyone now, I wish I'd started eating better 20 years ago, but better late than never, right? So here's what I want you to do after watching this video. Don't try to change everything at once. That's overwhelming and unsustainable. Pick 1 or 2 of these fruits to start with. Maybe you already eat tomatoes regularly, so just add some watermelon or pears. Or if you're already drinking pomegranate juice, try adding some avocado to your diet. Make small, manageable changes. Build one habit at a time. And most importantly, be consistent. It's better to eat 1 serving of these fruits regularly over months and years than to go all out for 2 weeks and then give up. Also, share this information with your friends, especially those around your age. We Singaporean men can be quite stubborn and reluctant to talk about health issues, but looking out for each other is important. Send them this video, discuss it over coffee at the kopitiam, encourage each other to make healthier choices. And please, if you have specific questions or concerns about your own health situation, don't rely solely on videos like this. Make an appointment with your doctor. Every person is different, and what works for one may not be suitable for another, especially if you have other medical conditions or are taking medications. Before I end, let me just recap the 5 powerful fruits we discussed today. Watermelon for hydration and circulation, pears for fibre and antioxidants, avocados for healthy fats and beta-sitosterol, tomatoes for that powerful lycopene, and pomegranates for comprehensive antioxidant protection. Each one brings something unique to the table, and together they form a solid foundation for supporting your prostate health naturally. Remember, gentlemen, your health is your wealth. You can have all the money in the world, but if your health is poor, what's the point? Take care of your body, and it will take care of you well into your golden years. You deserve to enjoy your retirement, spend quality time with your grandchildren, and maintain your independence and dignity for as long as possible. Start today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Go to the market, pick up some of these fruits, and begin this journey toward better health. Your future self will thank you for it. Will thank. And who knows? Maybe a year from now, you'll be the one telling your friends about how much better you're feeling. Take care of yourself, everyone. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you in my next video where I'll be sharing more practical health tips specifically for men over 50. Until then, this is Dr. Natalie Teo reminding you that good health starts with the choices you make every single day.